You were tuned in to episode 150, Goodfellas Podcast. Your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. Before we get started, man, let's play this intro. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey man, that intro give me hype, man. Tone setter. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to everybody, man. Big shout out to my guy VP Shane. Big shout out to Boxing First Vlog. Vlog should be in here today. Gonna be excited to see him back in the trenches, man. Big shout out to Ty Finney, aka the legend, doing big things, man. Man, we got so much to talk about, yo. So much to talk about. Before we get started, tradition, if you can hear me correctly, put a 1 in the comment section for me. If you can hear me and I'm clear, put a 1 in the comment section so we can get up and going. My guy Adrian in the building, man. Family always in the building first, man. Big shout out to Adrian. Say what's up. Big shout out to you, Adrian. We had a busy weekend, bro. Real busy weekend. We got so much to get into. I know we're not even gonna get to like 25% of it. Like, we're not gonna be able to get to 25% of it. It was so much action going on. Adrian, good looking, good brother. He said it's a 1, so it's a go. You know what I'm saying? The thing that's crazy is that it's so much boxing packed into one night, which is one date, that it's probably going to take us until Wednesday to cover all of it. But we're going to be here all week long. We're going to be on tomorrow. We're going to be on Wednesday. We're going to be on Thursday as well. So we just going to try to cover everything. But just a recap, Bud Crawford highlight reel knockout over David Avanesian. A lot of people, predicted that. My guy lay him down in the building. What's up, bro?
What it do, G5? How you doing, brother?
Everything cool. What's up with you, brother?
Man, cooling, man.
Bro, I seen you was at the Bud fight, right?
Oh man,
It's a lot of rumors and different things going on. I know you was in the building. Just being in the building, how was the atmosphere in the building, bro?
Oh, bro, that shit was electrifying, man. That shit was like how they describe, the WWE when the most electrifying events and all that. Man, yeah. It ain't getting no louder in there for Bud, man.
For real.
Bud Omaha, for real. He got that state on lock, and they was there in the building to support his ass like no other.
When did you get there? Did you get there closer to the Bud fight, or was you there for a minute?
No. We had because Tree went too.
Okay.
We had got there. I think we missed one fight.
Oh wow, that's it.
So yeah, we got there early enough to watch the whole scene grow.
Right.
So we was there. There was probably a cool 1,000 in the stadium at the time. Spread out everywhere. Man, as the show progresses, that thing fills up.
Start piling in.
Man, it piles up, and then you get to I told Tree, it was like about 10 o'clock. I looked at the crowd because we was on some hood nigga stuff. We was hey, you see them open seats, you move.
Right. Right.
Hey, I said, Tree, it's our moment now. If we don't do it now, it ain't gonna happen.
Hey, listen. If anybody stepped to y'all about them seats, y'all the wrong two dudes to be
Hey, we
stepping
was
to
gonna be the
anyway.
wrong two to
Right.
But hey, so
Right.
busted the move and stuff. And then like, man, if we didn't, it wouldn't have been able to happen because man, that place filled up so damn quick.
Mm.
And nobody questioned nothing about nothing. And Bud the man.
Because it's crazy, man. Like, and I made sure to reach out to you and Tree because it was a lot of people questioning the actual like attendance number and things like that. And you know the thing that's funny, bro, like what people do, and I just for me, I'm like, I just want the smoke to be even on all sides.
Yeah, yeah.
So don't take a picture of the event at 7 o'clock p.m. talking about
Oh,
this
it's
don't
dead
look
out
like for
here.
it's dead
No,
out here.
no.
Listen, I don't care what card it is. When it's the start of the card, the
Ain't nobody in
non-televised
there.
portion,
Even for hey,
it's
I
nobody
can
in
see
there
it
but
on the
friends and
the
family.
Mayweather Canelo, the Bronner Maidana fights. It's all the same.
It's all the same. When them there, so for the people that don't know, like Lance Layham Down Williams is a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Tree will probably be in here in a minute. Tree is a fighter. If you've never been to a fight like from the beginning, most cards start at like 6 o'clock.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of non-televised fights. The televised portion that you see on TV, there's action going on for 2 hours straight before the telecast even starts.
For the telecast even kick off.
So do not send a picture at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, talking about Bud ain't packing the house. That's all I'm saying.
But man, that's the whole thing too. Everybody was outside.
Mm,
Everybody
mm,
outside. You hit the streets right around that arena.
yeah.
Man, it was packed. You knew that place was about to be packed inside. Even though when we got inside, it wasn't packed yet.
Right.
Everybody was still outside.
Yeah, everybody was just lounge. They was just
Everybody was
waiting.
outside. Everybody's in the areas. People out, eating at the restaurants and stuff, getting right before they go in to watch the main card. They want to see the top, probably the co-main event, main event. You had Cyborg
Right.
on there.
Yeah,
So,
Cyborg on there. So
yeah,
Cold was on
Cyborg
there.
she had her crowd that was there just to see Cyborg.
Yo, I was gonna ask you about that. When I seen Cyborg was on the card, I was like, I said that's a smart move because you're trying to bring that MMA crowd in there. And I know Iowa is big on the MMA scene.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So could you really tell like the when Cyborg fought, like it was just more people to kind of pack the house when she got to the ring, basically?
Yeah, yeah. And it was like that. Like and me and Tree, when we were sitting there talking about it, he's like, man, I can't believe Cyborg on here. And I was like, that's a huge money draw for her to do her debut on a Terrence Crawford card, world title fight. And it's in his home crowd, so you already know it's gonna be a packed stadium. But then you put Cyborg in the mix. She's already got the huge name. She's more than established in the MMA scene, UFC, whatever platform you want to call it on MMA.
Yeah.
But her name alone drew a lot of people. There was people that was sitting in front of us that was there the whole time to watch Cyborg.
Just waiting for Cyborg. That's crazy. Let me get in these comments real quick. My guy Bruce Gas in the building, man, says salute. Big shout out to you, bro. Conrad in the building said good evening. Big shout out to you, Conrad. Said Conrad said Bud is still the man, but I want him to fight Spence in the next 18 months. Time isn't waiting for anyone. So, hey, Conrad, listen. So as far as this whole Bud and Spence situation, and by the way, Spence was in another car accident.
Yeah,
Luckily, they said it wasn't his fault. My partner told me like somebody ran the light on him, but like that's that bad karma, man. I want him to have
I
I want him to
said
have a
that too. I
profession.
heard that. I
That's
was
that
thinking that
bad
while we were sitting
karma,
at the fight.
bro. That's that bad karma, man. Like I need for
Oh
Spence to have
man.
I need for Spence to have a professional driver.
Hey,
Scary.
he
I need
got an
for him
Uber
to have a
everywhere
chauffeur.
he go.
Yeah, I need for him to have a chauffeur. Man, I don't care if he going to the poppy store, man. Like
Man,
he
we about to
needs
buy that man. We gotta get that man a horse.
a horse and buggy. I don't care what it
Man.
is, man. A snowmobile,
Oh
whatever.
God.
Keep him safe. Keep him
You
safe.
gotta
He
keep
already
that man
dodged one
safe.
bullet, but that car was mangled,
That
bro.
car was mangled again. It's like, holy
That
cow.
car, yeah, that car was mangled, man.
Man.
But Conrad, yeah. See, the thing about the whole Bud situation taking the Avenesian fight, I know everybody was upset with it. The one thing that I didn't want for people to say was like Avenesian was trash.
Oh,
Avenesian is not a trash fighter. Let's get that out the way. He's a top 10 welterweight. He's a top 10
that's the
welterweight.
top 10 for no reason.
Yeah, he's a top 10 welterweight. And the thing about it is Avenesian would be a top 3 guy on some other people's resumes.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say no names. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is. Like Avenesian, he was coming off of a 6-fight streak. And at this point, everybody's like, oh, well, we knew Bud was gonna knock him out. Okay, cool. That's cool. There's probably only 2 or 3 people in the welterweight division he's not knocking out at this point. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they got to make that fight happen. And the good thing about Bud fighting Evanesian and him getting the 10 million is Al can't come to Bud and say, hey, I only got 8 for you.
No.
He can't say that because how do you allow a brand new network to come in and give you 10 when
Yeah.
Al's been established since God knows when? But then that's a good thing for Spence too. Lay him down. Like whatever number Spence was gonna get,
Oh, he got to get more now.
he gotta get more now. So actually, Bud really did everybody a favor because you done up the bag.
Yeah, he just made that bag go up for both of them.
Yeah, so it's like you have to come correct, and it's like even if you don't know if that money gonna come back or not, you have to make that fight happen. If Black Prime was able to make a fight between 2 top 10 welterweights happen, and you was able to pay somebody $10 million,
Mm-hmm.
it's really no excuse now. And I'm talking about from all angles, from
Yep.
Bud's angle, Spence angle, Al angle. Like everybody you gotta come to the table. So we talking.
They just signed that 3-fight deal with Bronner too for 10 mil.
Hey, yo, I'm not gonna listen. Broner's my guy. Broner's my guy. He followed me on the gram. Broner's my guy. Bro, but did you see him at the press conference?
Oh yeah.
Bro, his belly looked like mine, man.
I don't know what weight class he about to be
bro.
fighting.
I'm telling you, bro, that fight better be at like 150. My God, a legend in the building, man. Big shout out to you, bro. What's going on with you?
What's going on, man?
Ain't nothing, man. I got my man Lance Lamb down Williams from out of Iowa. He was at the
Salute to you,
he was at the Bud fight.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah. He was saying the joint was packed though, because I was reading a lot of stuff saying people were saying like they thought the number wasn't like it was like 4. They said it was like 14-5 in the building, and people was questioning that. So I had to bring my man Lay him down on because I knew he was there, and hopefully my man Tree jump on too. But just to repeat it, Lay him down. Like, can you just let them know what the atmosphere was like when Bud fight started, basically, or right before Bud fight?
He was elbow to elbow in there, man.
Mm.
Elbow to elbow from the bottom of it, from the bottom next to the ring all the way to the tip top. That place was packed. It was a sold out event.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and that's the kind of just dispel the rumors, because a lot of people you see it like on Twitter and all that, and people just like, oh well, how come Bud only sold 12 for this fight, and all of a sudden he sell 14 for this one? You talking to somebody that was actually in the building, like, and this how you know Lay him down ain't lying. He a hood dude like me. Yo, if it's midway through the card and you see a bunch of seats about 10 rows down, you going down there. Like, you know what I'm saying? You going right down there. You might have paid for the nosebleeds, but you right there, right behind, you know.
I would say us going, it was all last minute thing. Like, you know, my guy had asked me, like, what you doing this weekend? I'm like, man, I ain't got nothing planned this weekend, you know, other than be at the crib, watch the fights and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he hit up Tree. He's like, Tree, what you gonna do this weekend? It's like, man, I start back working this weekend and everything.
Right.
And then my guy hit me Saturday and was like, he's like, man, I don't know if we could, if it's still possible, but if it's possible, I seen where there's 3 tickets right next to each other. If y'all ain't doing nothing, I'm gonna grab them.
That's
I
love.
was like, shoot, go ahead. It ain't nothing.
That's
Shit,
love.
I'll drive.
Yeah, that's love. Hell yeah. I'll drive, get food, all that.
I know I had tickets sent to my phone. Tree had tickets sent to his phone. I'm hitting Tree up. Hey, we about to hit the road. We coming to Des Moines.
Yeah.
Come through. Might as well just follow your boy down here. We all gonna get this, get it cracking.
Yeah.
But that's how it all transpired Saturday morning, and we was in that bitch. But man,
that's what's up.
Because yeah, like I said, that place was sold out.
Yeah, I just like you could tell it was packed, like just off of the highlight of the knockout. Like you could just tell, like you can tell, like you can't. Ain't no photoshopping that.
No.
Like you know saying, ain't no photoshopping that.
And that place was so loud, man. Like, whew, I gotta say it was louder than Mayweather Canelo.
Damn.
Like,
man.
The love that they have for Floyd or for Bud in Omaha. You know, when you had the Canelo Mayweather fight, it was mixed emotions inside there.
Right.
You know, you had your hella Canelo fans that's gonna be wherever, and then you had your Mayweather fans. So you know you don't have just one name getting yelled out. Man, everybody in that building was yelling Bud, Terrence, Bud.
Bro, you know the thing is crazy, like the knockout was just so like so, but like legend that knockout was just it was textbook, and that's probably a perfect example of how you generate power without actually winding up, keeping it short.
Work, pit pat, and then he slip in a nice solid shot, pow, touch the body, pit pat. It just he built it up. It was beautiful.
He straight set that joint up. And for the people that didn't see, maybe like a round or so prior, he was landing them gut shots.
Yeah,
he was landing them gut shots. And the reason, like when you think of body shots, you're thinking like, oh well, they got to be digging to the body for a whole round. Like no. To be honest with you, if you land a good 4 or 5 clean body shots in a round, that's gonna set some, that's gonna set some things up. You know what I'm saying? And Evanesian is not, he's a power guy. Yeah. So you have to go downstairs on an Evanesian, and you can tell Bud is next level with it, because when he was on the inside, lay him down. What's the first thing they teach you? Turn your body sideways. Give him half the body, right? Give him half. So if you see the whole time he was working on the inside, legend, he was like this. The shoulder was turned like this.
Right.
Yeah, his shoulders turned like this, but he's walking forward. So he's walking forward and he's catching stuff, but he only got half of the body to swing at.
Yeah.
Right? So that's textbook right down the middle. And then that bang bang shot where he caught Evanesian didn't even finish winding up yet.
No.
And Bud was already at the target.
Already there. Pat, boom.
Already at the target. Legend, what you think of the knockout, bro?
Man, it was an uppercut and a right hook that dropped him right. Man, he set it up good, man. Lay Evanesian out cold, man.
I'm telling you, man, like Evanesian is not a bad fighter, man. Like
he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't, man.
He's not like he did what he was supposed to do. Like he came in there, he was game. You go in there. I figured the fight was gonna be similar to like Bud Mean Machine. That was how I was predicting it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Bud next level with it, man. So like Bud and Spence has to.
Man, we gotta
get that. Like we gotta get that. I don't want Spence riding in no more cars. I want him, bro.
Told you we gotta have to hey, go fund me and get this man a horse.
I get him a horse, get him a snowmobile, something. It's just something with him and cars, bro. Whether it's his fault, not his fault. It's just at the end of the day, the cars are just wreck. Like
Right.
I need him in bubble wrap. Just put him in a house, like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever runs he got to. Only place I want to see him driving to is the gym, to and from the gym. I don't want to see him at no club. I don't want to see him at the street joint. None.
Yeah, I know he got people that's going to the same gym that can pick his ass up.
Hey, listen, whatever it takes, man. Like whatever it takes. I don't want to see Spence on live, like a goddamn TV reporter talking about the damn accident like he wasn't the one that was in it. like Spence, we need you healthy, bro. 100% healthy. Somebody lay him down. Somebody hit my phone, right? They like, yo, Spence is just in an accident, and it's so bad. The reputation is so bad. Everybody was like, no, not again. Like he was on that sauce. So and everybody was like, nah, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault this time. But the initial thought is just like, it's the same thing that happened last time.
It's the same thing that happened last time. You was out partying and
and ain't no disrespect. It's just past precedent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just past precedent. And at the end of the day, I just need to see him in the ring, bro. Like, period. Gym, ring. I don't want to see, bro. If I see him in the street, I'm be like, pull over, dog. Pull over. I know I'm not the cops, but pull over, dog. Like straight up. Oh man, hold on,
man. Just hop in the back, man.
Hop in the back. I got you, dog. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Will Stokes said, "Yo, big bro, how's it going?" Will Stokes, what's going on with you, bro? Will Stokes, Jared Anderson is real mad to stop Forrest like that, and two, because Forrest is no walkover. That said, he did get caught clean multiple times in the first. If that was someone with power, yeah, let's talk about that. Jared Anderson, man, second round knockout over Jerry Forrest. Yeah. Jerry Forrest is not a slouch. I thought he beat Jermaine Franklin a while back, and Jermaine Franklin just got the Dillian White fight. So for Jared Anderson to get a second round knockout, impressive. But yeah, he was eating some glove skin in that first round, man, for sure.
Like, he took big shots in that first round. I felt the ref should have stopped it in the first round.
That's just me. Yeah,
I think he should have stopped it because they were already checking him. The doctors were checking him, prior to round 2 starting. So he's probably concussed or whatever, man. He took some big shots in that first round, man.
Jared Anderson hit him with that combo in the second, man. When he did that Isley brother move, man, I was like, yeah. Go ahead and stop that thing.
Stop that out,
he did one of these.
I
was like, God damn, like
change from now on, man.
Yeah, Jerry Forrest is a good fighter, man. Like he's a solid fighter, man. To get him up out of there in 2 rounds, that's saying a lot. But Jared Anderson can't come in here. I lay him down. Listen, nothing changes. I don't care. This motherfucker comes in late.
There we go.
Every fucking time this dude come in late.
You know it.
All the time this motherfucker come in late, man. Hey, Tree.
What up?
What's up with you, bro?
None, just chilling, watching some TV and shit. What's popping?
Ain't nothing, man. I need for you to kind of dispel some comments going on out here. There's people out here saying that the Bud fight wasn't packed, man. Can you confirm that, please?
We got video, bro. When we first went in there, man, that joint wasn't even smacking, bro. As soon as the main card got started, man, the whole entire arena filled up, bro. Because me and Lance on the low, we was trying down at the bottom and get some easy seats. As soon as we was about to do it, that nigga was like, boy, they filled up. Now, man, I don't think we're going to be able to get this down.
I told you, G5, niggas was on that hood stuff. We was about to...
we surely was trying to get up closer to seat.
Yo, because it's like I was saying, like, it was just a lot of people that was just questioning how many people was actually, like, there. And I had to explain to people, like, yo, when you're at a boxing card, and Legend, you've been at boxing cards from the beginning. Right. No card is packed from the beginning of the show, and there's a non-televised portion and there's a televised portion. Yeah. Right. The non-televised portion, this is why I be telling like people all the time. I'm like, yo, if you were on a non-televised portion of a big card and you like the first or second fight on a non-televised portion, you're really no different than fighting in your local gym somewhere because there's only going to be family and friends in that joint. It's just a bigger location. It's a bigger location. Your bag might be a little bit bigger because of the event, but they're not breaking them off like that.
No, yeah,
that's how every fight is. Every big time card is like that. That non-televised portion is nothing but family and friends in that joint. If that.
Yep, you're right.
If that, you know what I'm saying? No, I was saying that because like people will take a picture of the arena at like 6 and 7 o'clock and be like, "Yo, Bud fight looking empty."
Yeah, and then like, throw a meme up, man.
It be people be full. People be fooled by it, bro. And I'm just like, yo, like let's just keep it. Let's keep it all where you're being. Because I'm like, if Spence was fighting in his own hometown when the non-televised portion start, that joint gonna be empty too. And when Spence joint come in, Spence get to his fight, the joint gonna be packed. Like it's just the way boxing cards go.
Yeah, because you can see it when they show Terrence on the Titantron walking into the stadium. By the time they show Terrence walking into the stadium, that place was at like about 75% right there.
Yeah,
and that's him just walking in the stadium,
and that's just him walking in.
Yep.
You see him walking in. His face pop up on the Titantron, man. That whole place, like I said, it was electrifying, like the WWE be saying.
How was the event though? Like just the production and all that, just for a company doing their first boxing event. Like what was y'all impressions on it? Especially since y'all are fighters?
They did their thing, if you ask me. They did their thing.
I think they did a good job. I think they did a good job their first time around.
It was like they've been in the business for a minute.
Yeah, they did a good job the first time around. Yeah, they did real good. I actually think they're gonna give the rest of these networks a run for their money for real.
And you know the thing that's crazy, and Legend, you'll probably agree with this. Like, I don't understand why fans and fighters don't want to see a network succeed. Because I'm like, the more networks you have, the more money your fighters is getting, the busier your fighters can be, the more entertainment we're gonna get as far as like boxing fans and actually watching boxing. Like, I don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it. Like, you got so many people like, oh well, you know, Black Prime trash. I don't want to see Bud do numbers. And I had to explain to somebody. I said, yo, I'm like, you actually want to see Bud do numbers because you want for them to come back.
But Black Prime just paid this man. Yeah, but Black Prime dropped $10 million.
You cutting in and out, bro.
Here we go, Tree, doing it to us again, man.
Tree, Tree funny as hell.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. That's how cat man. I've been arguing with cats all day over this Bud fight, man. Like I'm like, bro. They all they want to do is just come on. Spence this, Spence that, Spence. He should have took the Spence fight. That fight was trash. I said, bro, y'all niggas don't know boxing. That's the problem. All y'all expect is y'all just watch, and because he didn't fight Spence, now y'all saying that this fight is trash. Like, come on, my man said it clearly to y'all. He needed to feed his family. Period. Spence and them ain't guaranteeing no money up front. So why not go over here and get $10 million? Come on, man. And you fight at home. Who wouldn't do that? That's a logical. I mean, it's come on, man.
Hey, Tree, like how I look at it, yo. I was telling laying down a legend this earlier. Like, people should actually be happy that Bud took this fight with Avanesian and got $10 million because now I hate when people be like Al Heyman is the most powerful man in the sport. But then y'all let this man get away with offering people a non-guaranteed number, or Spence is not making 20 million plus. Like, they deserve to be making like $15-20 million a piece. Like,
ain't
easy.
That the first time in history that's ever been done where somebody was offered a fight guaranteed?
Yo, we've had situations where two fighters have taken they took the percentages, but we never had a fight that big where one person takes a guarantee and the other person takes a percentage. Like, when you think about from a business standpoint, and y'all are fighters, that doesn't even make math sense.
No.
It doesn't make math sense. Like, it doesn't make
No.
math sense at all. Like, I was breaking this shit down. Probably Legend might have been on with me a couple weeks ago. I literally told people, like, they was like, oh yeah, well, you know, Bud turned down 10 million. Bud turned down 15 million. I was just like, yo, they agreed on all terms, like a 65-35 split. If Bud turned down $15 million, that means Spence was going to be getting between 30 to 35.
Yep.
When is Al ever paid anybody 30 to 35 and their name wasn't Canelo, Floyd, or Canelo or Floyd. When is come on.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Canelo and Floyd is the only two people he's ever paid that type of money to. So I might if he offered Bud 15 and he turned down 15, that means Spence was making between 30 to 35. I'm like, somebody's lying.
Yeah.
Somebody's lying.
They probably never made that offer. You know, somebody probably do that out there to make it bad. They ain't offered that man no $15 million, bro. Like you said, they offered him their percentages. Bud is thinking in his head, like, percentages ain't cutting it, because we, like he said, we don't know what the numbers is going to do. We believe that the numbers are going to be great because it's a big fight, but at the same time, like he said, we all got fire sticks. We all got sites we can go to. You know what I'm saying? I had the site pulled up watching Jared Anderson knock.
I said we watching Jared Anderson fight while we at the fight.
We all got that. Like, not every time somebody wants to pay $50 to see somebody fight, bro.
That's what I'm saying, man.
We hit him with the fire stick of the website. Period.
A tree, but the thing about it, yo,
because me personally, I would have took that $10 million and fought at home in front of my people and been bagged up, tripping.
I might, when people making business moves, right? I might, it's not just a one-sided thing. Like, it's not just a one-sided thing. Like, basically, all Bud did was basically guarantee him and Spence 15 million plus. They can't come to, you gotta start. I'm not answering the phone unless you're talking 15 plus.
I'm not talking. Yeah,
I'm not answering the phone. Like, you got a brand new company. I don't care if you team Spence. I don't care if you team Crawford. I don't care if you team Al Heyman. I don't care if you dislike Black Prime. The bottom line is a new network came in and paid that man $10 million for a fight against somebody. Y'all say drive Uber during the daytime. That's what they tell me. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm like, Avenesia's the top 10.
He did that shit out the gate too. Yeah, no thought.
Out the gate. So I'm like, if I'm Bud, and if this go for Spence too. If I'm Bud or Spence, if we're not talking 15, 20 million off the rip, I'm not answering the phone.
Yep.
I'm not answering the phone. So I'm like, all this did as far as this Bud and Avenesian fight is put more money in Spence's pocket when the fight happened and put more money in Bud.
It did though, because now it's
all the way around the table.
Now the fight's
all around the table.
Up. Everybody's mad. More people's gonna want to see it now.
Yep. It definitely did. That's spread money all around the table.
Kind of doing that Mayweather and Pacquiao was doing. You know, pulled it up for all them years. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, 100 million, just like that.
That's
listen, all they doing. This is a power move. It's a power move.
I get it.
Bob Arum did that on purpose. I think he did it on purpose. I think he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, because that's a lot of money you got to kick out for that fight. And it's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee you're gonna get it back. It's not a guarantee you're not gonna get it all back.
At one time, didn't he say he was going broke over Bud? He said he was going broke over Bud last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, but see the thing about it, that's his fault. Because if he was going broke over Bud, I'm like, you should have gave him all home games.
Right.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have went broke. Listen,
he'd have never went broke if he had Bud fighting at home.
That shit. Yo, did y'all see?
He'd have been talking about how much money this man cashing in every time he have a show in Omaha.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't understand that, Legend. I didn't understand that. I'm like, if you're saying that you're going broke putting on fights for a fighter when they're guaranteed to get $15K in their own hometown, like I might like say if I'm running Tree career or whatever, and I keep on putting Tree in Florida. Cali and I'm losing money. If I don't put him in Iowa, that's my fault.
Yeah, I'm saying if you ain't gonna market him in his hometown,
that's my
home
fault.
state,
bro. But it's no different. I'm like, if you're putting Spence in Vegas and you're putting Spence in California or wherever, you putting them in on the East Coast, say you putting them like in New York or whatever, and you losing money, when you can put him in Texas Stadium and you can get all the bread that you need to get, that's the business partner's fault. That's the business partner's fault at the end of the day, man. Like, so I just even when Bob Arum said it, I was just like, well, why you ain't just give him home games? Every dude he done fought would have went to Omaha.
Yep, they would have.
All of them would have went to Omaha, man. Like, so it's crazy.
Man, you know how many more fights me and Tree would have been to if they had been in Omaha?
No,
Tree. Did I not say that to you after the Philly fight?
Yeah.
Lance, I told Tree after he fought in Philly, I said, no more of this road warrior shit, man. I said we gotta start getting some home games.
Yeah.
And he started getting some home games. Like that shit makes a work 3 back to back. Yep. Like that make a world of a difference.
It make everything different.
Yeah, it make everything different. Did y'all see like the busted gloves?
Oh yeah,
I think it happened. I think Everlast just did a shitty job on that, Bart. That's all that was. They just didn't do their stitching right because it was his thumb. It was like his thumb, and the foam started popping out. You know, like because that's inside of the glove where it's stitched up. That's all it was. I'm surprised they didn't make him switch gloves, but that'd have been like a 5-minute ordeal. Yeah,
so okay, so both of y'all are fighters. So this is actually I'm glad y'all on. So in a situation like that where your gloves are busted and it's around that thumb area, traditionally speaking, the athletic commission, they're supposed to make him change them gloves, even though they look confused. Like I seen a couple of videos, they look real confused in terms of what they wanted to do, and it was almost like they didn't want to mess up the momentum of the fight.
I was gonna say, I think they didn't want to tarnish and slow down the momentum of the fight and how the fight was going.
Yeah, that's a real bang bang call right there. Like, do you think they because actually when they discovered it, I think the next round is when he got the knockout. Is that right, Legend? That's right?
Yeah, I was thinking it was the same round, but I'm not sure though. Or maybe
it was the same. What was the round before?
It was 6. Sure. He knocked him out of 6.
Okay, so it might have been the same. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like it was, and it looked like it was busted pretty good too, though. It didn't look like no little small joint.
I don't think it was that bad. I think it was literally like just right there by this part of the thumb. Like it was probably maybe like 5 or 6 stitches, if that. It wasn't really that bad. It wasn't like completely slow, but it was enough for the foam to come out.
Hey, Lance, Bud gloves look like your grandma couch. That old grandma
Hell no.
Oh, God. Hey, we
go to your grandma.
The gloves though. The gloves look like them cheap ass ones that they sold in the stores and shit. Like,
I'm like, it looked like it was a cheap glove and they just put his logo over top of it.
I'm trying to tell you, they just they
warm up and stuff. Like, man, that looked like the cheap ass one they sell in Walmart.
Bro,
the person that was in the factory stitching up his Everlast gloves that day was high. Period. They was high. They fucked up.
Bro, you know the thing that's crazy, yo. Like, and I was talking about this on this group I'm in. I'm like, people don't pay attention to like the inspectors, gloves being inspected, things like that. We talked about this in the past. I'm like, there's a difference between memory foam gloves and horsehair gloves. You really need to check these gloves and make sure that they right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like whatever questions you have, you got to bring that shit up when them gloves being inspected, man. Like you got to bring that shit up. You can't tell me that glove ain't feel flimsy when they inspected it. I'm talking about Evanesian side. They probably ain't care.
Yeah,
nah, they probably did.
Yeah, they probably ain't even do a full inspection on it. Really, they probably just grabbed the gloves while it was in there, looked at them, flipped them around real quick. It was like, "Yep,
bro." I've seen situations where they'll have the gloves during the inspection time. They won't even take them out the plastic.
They won't even take them out the plastic.
They'll just go like this. They'll go like this.
Yeah,
it look good to me. Go ahead.
They left them gloves in the plastic. They ain't getting no real feel of the glove. Because, you know, you got them in the plastic. You can't feel what that glove feel like. You feel in plastic.
Nah, listen, if anybody needs a lesson.
What'd
you say, Trey?
He cutting out.
Yeah, his drone cutting out. Your drone cutting out a little bit, Trey. You good though?
This okay.
Yeah, you straight now though. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy because like with if you need a lesson on gloves, yo, Michael Johnson said his gloves look like a busted condom.
Wow. Wow.
Yo.
Hey, no, but hey, all cap aside though, I got a question for you, G5, everybody. What's this with the adrenaline?
What happened with that?
I need to know, is adrenaline legal to use?
No.
Or not?
No,
I
looked it up.
When I fought for that NABA lightweight silver title, dude used adrenaline.
Hey, I'm not even the guru. It is illegal. You cannot, fam. Remember we was talking, but let me talk real quick, G5. Remember we was talking about this, fam. The reason why, first of all, it's illegal. Okay, he said he used it to stop swelling and stop the cuts. Okay, if that's the case, if you're stopping swelling and cuts, that's illegal. You're supposed to be using cotton swabs and Vaseline, bro. You're not supposed to be using no adrenaline. Who pulls a vial out in the middle of a fucking round and say, "Oh, let me"? No, bro, no. What he's doing is hella illegal, bro. It's illegal.
Hold on. That happened in your fight?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Hold up.
Yeah.
We're gonna go off subject on this.
Yeah, Let me get through these comments real quick.
Go ahead.
Let me get through this real quick.
I'm gonna stay on here, but I'm heading to the gym. That's
okay. Now go ahead.
Stay on here with y'all. I'm on here.
Toshi in the building. Big shout out to you, Toshi. Said Bud Crawford is a dangerous man. Professional driver. Straight up. Conrad, he said Jared won on pure youthful athleticism, impressive, but he's still not tested. Yeah, the way he was taking shots in that first round, man. If he takes them shots against a guy like a F.A. Ajagba or something that, he gets iced.
G5, you could tell though, he knew he could get Buddy out of there. That's why he was going after him like that. He knew he could get Buddy out of there.
Yo, Mike, you a whole fool for that with Martha Rodriguez. What's going on, baby? Hold on. Chris G, my boxing son in the building. Big shout out to you, bro. He said, good to see everyone on here. Big shout out to you. Andre Southgate, salute to all here listening. Another good weekend of boxing. Yeah, it's a crazy weekend of boxing. Michael Johnson said, that's a stimulant, right? Hell no. Said Vaseline with 10% alcohol is all you can use. That's a fact. But let me speak. Hold on. So let me speak on that just because that's my first time hearing about that. First of all, the fact that it was actually in the corner, period, shows that that's negligence as far as the inspectors, as far as the commission.
I knew that was coming. Commission,
all of that, and on top of that, Lance, I know who works your corner, so I know they checked. So they didn't make that readily available to you guys or the commission or anybody else. So that means that they had that thing in somebody's pocket and pulled that thing out. So that's wrong on that level. To be honest with you, Lance, we can kind of talk off camera about this.
Yep.
You can make that fight a no contest. Very easy. I'm keeping it a bean. Yeah,
that's movement.
And then
I don't know if you want to have that conversation. We can have that conversation because there's some paperwork you're gonna have to draw up. But you basically lost a title opportunity because who's to say he wasn't gonna lose that fight on cuts?
That's what I said. All I gotta say is
and it was
that
like
the man after the
it was like
fight,
a
after
whole
Lance
smack in
had
the
went to the
face.
back, Buddy came and brought the vial. His corner brought the vial to him, and he tried to say in a post that it was a good gesture. What's a good gesture by you saying here's adrenaline? Where's the gesture in that?
Bro, listen. Like I said, I ain't no lawyer. I ain't passed the bar. But I can get that turned into a no contest, and I ain't passed the bar. That ain't a hard one to figure out, bro.
That's
like
the
when they listen, so when they show you, right? When they actually show you, that's like me, right? I go to Legend, I be like, hey yo, I got this, I got this bag of weed. I wasn't selling on your block though. I wasn't selling on your block. And then I go over to Legend and I actually show him the bag and I'm like, yo, I got these dubs. They about this big, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
Contradicting everything you talking about.
Everything. Like, first of all, it was a title fight, right? It's a title fight. So for the people that don't know, and I'm glad this stuff is coming up because I was just talking to people about the stuff that doesn't get enough attention in the sport of boxing, the inspections, you know what I'm saying? Checking the gloves, other people's corners, things like that. Everything that you have in the corner is supposed to be basically verified by the athletic commission, and it's supposed to be verified by the inspectors, even down to the water.
Yep.
Even down to the water. You can't have water in the Eagles green bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That shit got to be clear. You know what I mean? That shit got to be clear because you don't know what's in it. And you're seeing these slip ups on all levels. You're seeing it on all levels. It's just
I seen it on national
miscommunication.
TV. I seen somebody's water was blue.
Listen,
blue.
Charlo, Tony Harrison.
Yep.
So they said Charlo was drinking out of a green bottle or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember that.
Yeah, he was drinking out of a green bottle. He had a regular water bottle, and then after a couple of rounds, they switched to the green bottle. But they said that they asked the inspector, could they switch bottles, and the inspector said yeah, but they didn't tell Tony Harrison and his team.
What was the reason for switching?
Huh?
What was the reason for switching to the bottle?
Because they said the one in the clear bottle, it was like it wasn't a squirt bottle, so they was just kind of like pouring it in his mouth.
Oh, okay, I got it.
So they was trying to say like, oh, if we got this green bottle, we can actually squirt it in his mouth. I'm like, yo, I got two fighters on here. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
they gonna take the water however they can get it.
Because I see people with regular plastic bottles cut a hole in the top and start
squirting. Yeah, that's why I'm like, this is a bunch of nonsense. But I'm like, this is why I'm glad we having these discussions. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, these discussions need to be brought to the light. Like, no, I like I'm dead ass. Like I'm dead serious, bro. Like, if you want to get that fight, when that fight happened, what, like a month ago?
2 weeks ago or 3 weeks?
Like 3 weeks ago, right? 3 weeks ago, a month ago?
Yeah, it's like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, you can get that. And see the thing about it, Tree, you know why they thought they can get away with that with lay him down on? Because they don't think he's gonna actually draw up the paperwork and actually go through the process to get it thrown out.
Yeah.
Like that's literally what we're talking about. You cannot use adrenaline.
No.
Like what the fuck? Like
wait,
bro,
G5, say that one more time. Because you know I got my coach right here. I'm at the gym.
Hey coach, what's going on? Listen.
Not much.
Listen, you cannot use adrenaline. Period. You can't. And the fact that they showed it is crazy. All Lance got to do is draw up some paperwork and actually contest it. He can get that turned into a no contest, and they can run that back. That's real rap.
Yeah, for real.
That's for real. And I can get anybody on here to validate that. I mean, and I'm from Philly. I can get any coach. I can get Bozy Ennis and anybody else on here you want to talk to. They're going to all tell you the same thing. That is not allowed. It's not allowed. Period. Q-tips, cotton, That's it. Vaseline, 10%. That's
Vaseline,
it.
10%.
You know what he told what he told Pepe? He got on the post and started arguing with him. He said, if you was a good corner man, you would know that is used for cuts and swelling. I said, if you're a good corner man, you wouldn't need adrenaline to stop a cut. You just use cotton swabs and motherfucking Vaseline like everybody else. That's when we knew he was on some bull. Like, bro, you lying, bro. You lying. They pulled that illegal stuff because we're in Iowa. I'm sorry to say it's my home state. I love home. I'm the king of home. But the commission, they don't be on everything like they be in everywhere else. Like when I went to Minnesota and had a fight, they inspected my gloves. When I wanted to go to the bathroom, they followed me to the bathroom and sat outside the stall while I was peeing, then walked me back to my, bro, they on you. Here, they don't do none of that, bro. None of that. None of that.
Lance, at the very least, can put some paperwork together and submit it. At the very least. Because that, like, you got people that do, and I don't care what type of cheating it is. Cheating basically gives you an advantage to win the fight.
Every time.
Period. If they didn't have the ability to stop a cut, there's a chance he could have got stopped on cuts.
Yeah.
Which means that's a victory for Lance. That's just a fact. And Lance, listen, and y'all know I keep it 100. Lance, if you use adrenaline, I'll be like, Lance, that's some, you my guy, but that's some bullshit. Now I would tell you that privately, but I'll tell you, be like, yo, that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yo, that's some bullshit. You know what I mean? But I would tell Tree the same shit. I'll be like, yo, you got away with one, dog, but that's some bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I would keep it 100.
Yeah, I would say no. We got no time for that because all I know is
time for that, bro. We don't have time because I'm like, if you are capable of doing something like that, what else are you doing? And they don't sell adrenaline over the shelves, neither.
They don't sell that over the shelf. You can't go into Walgreens or CVS and just grab no adrenaline.
Listen, adrenaline is not over there by the NyQuil. You understand what I'm saying? It's not by the NyQuil, man. Like, straight up. Like, you don't just get that from anywhere.
Oh. And buddy, they handed this shit to me themselves.
Bro, tell coach if he wanna talk, we can we can make that happen, like, for sure. Hold on. Hold on. He said shit. He said should have just let old boy hit a line of cocaine. Bro, but it gets you amped too, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He said you can get a use exemption for electrolytes with some commissions. You can, very few, but you can. He said it ain't hard to do it at all. It's a letter to the commission, but they gonna charge you probably to submit the petition, which is fine, bro. I will personally pay whatever they charging for the petition. I will pay it. No problem. I'll pay it. But there's nothing that can be said to defend that. And that's my point. Like, you cannot defend that. And it's they made it clear. They showed it to you. Your coach seen it. You seen it.
The commission.
They actually showed it. The commission seen it.
The commission seen it. The WBA,
the post is on
NABA
Facebook.
representatives, they saw it.
He says it on the post. I gave that to you for a good gesture.
Hold on. You got who got the post?
Hold on.
You made the post.
My screen. I'm gonna screenshot it right now and I'm gonna send it.
Save it. Yeah. Do that.
I'm still on here, but I'm gonna minimize it.
When you're done, yeah. But listen, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is what I'm talking about. And I talked to Tree about this too, about year or two ago. And I'm like, yo, you have to have everything covered from all angles. A legend, actually, the coach that you interviewed, the amateur coach, ask him about adrenaline.
All right.
Ask him about adrenaline and get back with me and let me know. It's illegal. Period. Right. It's illegal.
I know it is. I knew it was before he even got to talking. At first, I ain't gonna even lie, G5, because I don't know everything. When he got to talking about they use it for cuts and swelling, I was like, well, yeah, that kind of makes sense. But then I got to thinking, like, wait a second, but no coach does that in the corner, though. they always got ice, Vaseline, and cotton swabs. So that makes no sense. You sound like you just trying to say something real fast to try to throw me off. No, you're not making any sense. So I went on Google and looked it up, and it said no, it is prohibited and it's illegal. I was like, oh, makes sense.
Hold on. You know what? This is why I'm glad I get to talk boxing with my guys, because I'm gonna show this shit on camera.
Hey, hold up. Yeah, I'm pulling up the comments and shit right now.
Yeah, it's still, it's still on there because they are goofy. They thought that we wasn't gonna bring it back up.
Nobody over here cheating, period. I thought you knew what adrenaline was. Y'all ain't real pros.
Hold on. Listen, y'all see the screen?
Yeah.
All right, look. It says on here, can you use adrenaline in boxing?
And that's the name right there. The E name, that's the name right there. The E name.
Yeah. Without a doubt, it is a performance-enhancing drug. You're getting a dosage of adrenaline between rounds. Yet it's given the blind eye. As little as 1 cc of it can cause finger tremors, fast heartbeat, etc., and is still being widely used on major MMA and boxing events. Come on now. Come on. It's
illegal. It's illegal.
Come on. It's illegal. Like this ain't got nothing to do with who did it, favoritism, or none of that.
I was like, well, if he getting adrenaline, not only for the cuts and swelling, Buddy might not even get tired. You know,
it's a ped. It's a ped.
He gonna keep going.
I've never seen nobody on the finest juices, and then they show you the container with the finest juices. What the fuck is going on?
I'm gonna be saying all that to you, G5.
Bro, this shit is like I wasn't expecting to talk about this today, but I'm glad I'm talking about this today. This is insane, yo. And that's why I was just like, I want to start getting like referees and like actually like inspectors and ring officials and things like that, because people are boxing fans, but they don't even know the process that y'all gotta go through.
Yeah.
To even get to the ring. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, Bud, one of my favorite fighters out here. I'm like, but if you Avenesian, there's no way in hell you check them gloves, bro. There's no way you check them gloves.
Not the way
you're supposed to pull them out the plastic. You're supposed to open them joints up. You can even put your hand in them joints. And actually and check them, like really inspect them. Like that's what an inspection is. You're supposed to really check them out.
Yeah, let me ask you this, man. So what happened with Shane and Antonio Margarito? Like, how did they first find out about whatever was inside his gloves that fell out or something? Wasn't it Richardson that spotted it?
Yeah, so basically
spotted it in the
dressing room
process.
Yeah, so basically, what happened was they were doing Margarito's hand wraps, right? Mm-hmm. So basically, they basically slipped it within the hand wraps. The problem was they weren't slick enough with it, and Brother Nazim actually caught it. So
when they were fighting, right?
This was pre-fight.
No, this was pre-fight.
Oh, he caught it pre-fight.
Yeah, he caught it pre-fight. So he caught it pre-fight. He caught it in the locker room, and it was actually in the reps. So that's how he got caught. But it don't even really stop there though. Like, that's not the first catch Brother Nazim had though. He caught Tito Trinidad too. He caught
Tito Trinidad too
with bad raps before he fought Bernard.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Before he fought Bernard. So this is just an issue, period. And actually, you know what? There's a guy that's in that be in the comment section, a friend of the channel. His name Joseph Gwilt. He just got approved by the WBC to be a judge and an inspector. So big shout out to him. Congratulations to him. But we can definitely get him on as well. And Hey, Lance, you know where you need to take that commission to? Whoever belt that was.
The NABA.
Yeah, you got to take it there. You got to take it there, because the thing is, what's supposed to happen is because he used the PED. Like I didn't want to go there, but I'm gonna go there. He used a PED and literally said, "Hey, you need to use this too."
Yeah.
Like, that's basically what he said. Like, that is supposed to turn into a no contest. That's supposed to turn into a no contest because there's a lot of things that you can use as a PED, and they'll say, "Oh, well, you know, it's only used for this," but it's a masking agent, or it's literally used to enhance you. You know what I'm saying? Like adrenaline, yes, it's for cuts and all that, but I'm like, that is a goddamn PED. It is a PED.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Like I said, we can definitely draft that up, and we can definitely get the ball rolling on that. And the goal is you want it turned into a no contest. Like, there's no debate that he had it. There's no debate that he used it. The bottom line is, I'm like, nobody did nothing about it.
Nobody did nothing about it.
Nobody did nothing about it. I'm like, it is a performance enhancing drug. And then the thing is, and to keep it fair, throw that thing out, throw it out, right? Throw it out and run it back. Throw it out, run it back for the same belt.
Yep.
And the thing is, people, and Lance, the reason you have to go through this process, show, is there's no sport bigger than boxing where a loss is so much of a detriment.
Man,
if it's basketball or football, if you lose a game, all right, cool. We come back to we got to play 2 days later.
You could be a Hall of Famer in the MMA. We was talking about it the other night at Buzz Fight. You could be a Hall of Famer in the MMA, never win a belt, never win
10 plus losses.
Yep,
you had 10 plus losses.
You just had to have just big fights, big performances. That's all you got to have. In boxing, shit, you better unify a couple divisions and not lose. That's the only way that's gonna happen.
That's why you have to go through the process. And the thing about it is bigger than just drafting up paperwork. Like, you got to get statements from people like your coach, Pepe, everybody, and you present the evidence and you show all of it. And that fight, first of all, the fight should be turned into a no contest. That's number one. Number two, he should be suspended. That's number two.
Yeah.
He should be suspended flat out. And to be honest with you, you should be fighting someone else for that same belt if you really want to get technical on how that's supposed to go. That's how it's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
I got to get out here because you see where I'm at.
Hey, bro, get that work in. You got the number, bro. Hit me up later on. We'll work something out.
Yep.
All right.
Good.
Hey, man, big shout out to Lay Him Down, man. We'll get with you, bro.
All right, brother.
All right. That was Lance Lay Him Down Williams, man, a true warrior fighting people with peds and shit. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna get to the bottom of that for sure. Bro, Tree, did you see the Jared Anderson fight?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, I was at the like I said, I was in the arena watching Buzz, the shit going on in there, and then I was on my phone too. I was watching Jared. Yep.
Yo, he was getting, like Legend said, he was getting cold with shit.
Yeah, he was.
But in his last fight, I can't remember who the guy he fought last, but in his last fight, he got caught with some big shots, but he weathered the storm and got to stop it. So it's the same thing with this fight. But I predicted that he was going to get him out of there. A lot of guys didn't think that Jerry was going to get him out of there. I predicted he would.
Yeah,
Jerry good fighter.
I knew he was going to get Jerry Force out of there. Jerry don't fought the who's of who's. You know what I'm saying? He don't fought a lot of people. His record, it shows it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Jared, he's young. Like I said, you can tell he was like, he almost looked like like it was like one of his I want to say maybe a sparring match, because the way he was throwing those punches, they was just reckless. But you could tell he just wanted to knock him out. He was trying to keep that 100% KO ratio. That's what it really was. I think they put a lot of pressure on him when they did that. It was like, oh yeah, is he gonna be able to stop? I have 100% KO ratio, and that's why he went in there like that. You could tell in his eyes he wasn't looking for no decision. He was trying to get his ass out of there right then and there.
He can't fight top 15 guys like that. No. He can't fight no top 15 guys like that. Nah. He will get waxed. And I love Jared Anderson, but he will get waxed fighting like that against a top 15, top 10 dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's at the top 10
caught.
15 now, ain't he? After winning that belt, right?
Yeah,
2 belts.
He's gonna be in the top 15. Yeah. Would you say, Legend?
Yeah, man, he was getting caught like that, man. Had me jumping back. Like, I mean, even though he was putting the work on him, like when he was getting caught with them shots from Forrest, I had me jumping back. Like, dang.
Yeah, he was getting caught with shots. Like I was like while I was watching him fight, I got like this big ass mirror and shit, and I like caught myself like making faces when he was getting caught. Like he was getting hit with shots. I was like this, Legend. I was like, damn, like you know what I'm saying?
I was like, oh, okay, nice. But I seen you could tell when he was getting hit, he was like, I'm gonna hit him harder. Every time he was like, I'm gonna hit him harder. I'm gonna make these hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he can't imagine like in a jogba landing them shots.
No,
or Dubois landing those shots.
Yeah, Dubois. Man, speaking of that, I thought Dubois was gonna lose. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey,
that
bro,
boy put it on him in that first round.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If they would have stopped it in the first round, I wouldn't have been mad. I wouldn't have been mad. I'm glad they let it keep going. But usually when a guy get knocked down 3 times in one round, man,
it's over.
It's usually over. They gave that man every opportunity to win that fight, bro. Every opportunity. Oh, you know what, Tree? Before I get in the comment section, I ain't forget about y'all. I was telling somebody about matter of fact, it was the Dubois fight, and matter of fact, Legend was on here too. And I was like, yo, they gave him every single opportunity to win that fight. And I was like, that's what happens when you get a home game. And I brought up your situation. When you fought in Philly, and I was just like, yo, like Tree got knocked down. They didn't even let Tree ass hit the canvas. And the referee was like, hey, stop this shit. Stop this shit. Like it was crazy. You heard me, Tree?
Yeah, I heard you. I heard you.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, I'm just like, before Tree ass hit the canvas, the referee was like, oh, stop it. We like, yo, like his ass ain't even touched the canvas yet. Like, but that's what happens when you get a home game, they're gonna give you every opportunity to win the fight. Like, and it's like Legend, they remember the referee that came out and said that he helped Manny Pacquiao out like 20 years ago.
Yep.
He extended the count, like he made the count up to like damn near 20. Just so Pacquiao can get up.
What you mean they did it for Tyson and Buster Douglas?
Yeah.
Make the count there. This shit doesn't happen a lot, G5, a lot. This been going on for a long time. People just starting to notice that shit.
It happens a lot. I'm even going even further than that, man. Like when Castillo fought Corrales and Corrales got the stoppage, Corrales should have been stopped 2 rounds prior.
Fam, the many times that man caught that hook, and he dropped to the knee. I remember that. I was very shocked that Corrales was actually able to pull that off.
I'm gonna give you another one, and this one's gonna hit home. I'm gonna give you another one. This is gonna hit home. Charles Brewer and Antoine Eccles from back in the day. Antoine Eccles, he ended up getting the stoppage over Charles Brewer, but I ain't gonna lie, Antoine Eccles should have been stopped the round before. It always happens, bro. It happens all the time. Like,
hey, I want to ask you about they were trying to say when Mansour fought Cunningham that when he dropped Cunningham the second time, like the 5th round, that they gave Cunningham a long count. I remember hearing about that.
They gave I ain't gonna lie. They gave him a
Cunningham. Was it Steve Smoger? I can't remember. I think it was him.
Yeah, it was Smoger. But Smoger, listen. I don't mean to try to be funny, but Smoger lose. He moved like a weed head, yo. You know, you hit that weed, and you just moving like a couple notches slower than what you usually do. Like that's how Steve Smoger is. Like when he was refereeing fights, like he's not really like quick on the draw. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, people say Fury had a slow count.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Yeah.
Say that too. So it's just
you talking about with the Deontay Wilder fight, the first one?
Yeah,
because Wilder definitely. I ain't gonna lie, I was very shocked that Tyson Fury got back up. I thought he was done.
Everybody was.
I thought he was done. I ain't gonna lie, I thought he was done.
Man, the fact that he got up and finished the round strong, it just speaks on Ferry's skills, man. Like he's man.
He was trying to see, bro. I ain't never seen a fighter staring at the lights like that and then just get up. I was just like, bro, that's crazy.
Man, Michael Myers hopped in his soul. I'm telling you.
Yo, he looked like he was trying to see what watt bulbs was up in the lights. like that's 60. Is that a 60 watt? Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy. But you see it all the time. But let me get in these comments real quick. Michael said G5 draft the paperwork. No, I'm definitely drafting that paperwork, yo. I gotta look out for my dog. J Rock's in the building, man. Big shout out to J Rocks. He said Bud is a damn legend. Put Larry Nance Jr. to sleep and put real boxing fans to sleep too. Thank you, Bud, for always giving us the best fights boxing has to offer. So J Rocks, listen, at the end of the day, I said this earlier, and it's cool. Like, people had different opinions on it. Like, that's cool. At the end of the day, Al Heyman got to cut that check. You can't let a new company come in and pay Bud $10 million. Nope. And you don't cut that check. So he got to cut that check now. He got to cut that check for Spence and Bud. You got to cut that check.
He ain't gonna have no choice now. He was better off.
Gonna have no choice.
Time around.
He's not gonna have no choice at the end of the day. He has to cut that check. He got to cut that check. And if you're pro fighter, J Rocks, if you're pro fighter, then you want to see that happen. You want to see Bud get laced up with that bread. You want to see Spence laced up with that bread. Because to be honest with you, if they're making $15-20 million a piece for this fight, and it's a close fight, it's gonna be a rematch. So they're gonna double up. They're gonna double up. You know what I'm saying?
There's gonna be a clause in there for a rematch. I'm pretty sure, because everybody gonna want to see it again.
Everybody gonna want to see it again. But the thing is, I'm like, you have so in this a tree. Tell me if I'm lying, bro. Legend, tell me if I'm lying. How does a new network guarantee you a number, but Al Heyman can't?
Al Heyman being cheap. That's the problem.
And the thing, and I'm like, I just want people to admit that Al Heyman was playing bully ball. Like, Bud didn't want to sign with him long term. He didn't want for him to be his advisor, so he gave him that type of a deal. He gave him a shitty deal. Like, I just want for people to keep it real. Like, yo, like, Al Heyman was pulling bully moves in the negotiation. Like, that's just what it is. And I say, listen, and I say this all the time. I'm like, yo, a fool is somebody with leverage that don't use it. That's what a fool is. Yep. Al Heyman ain't get to that level being nice. Yeah. He was playing bully ball, and the thing is, Bud just didn't go for it. He just didn't go for it. But I'm like, they got another chance to come back to the table. But I'm like, now Bud got his biggest payday, right? He got his biggest payday. He made more money in this fight than he did the Sean fight.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? This is his biggest payday. So now you go back to the table. And it's like, yo, they gave me 10 mil for Avanesian. You got to give me 15 plus. So that 15 that they said he turned down before, that's the start now. That's the start number.
Yeah.
That's the start. So I'm like, if David Avanesian, so this J Rocks, this go for you. If Avanesian is this trash fighter, puts everybody to sleep and all this and all that, if he got paid 10 mil for that, how much you think he should get paid for Spence? At least double, right? At least double, right? It should be at least 20, double. Right? At least 20. At least
double.
So I'm like, Spence is the A side, so he should get, this is a fit. Like, Bud move against Avanesian just turned this into a $50 million fight. It just turned it into a $50 million fight. And don't tell me Al don't have it, because he just spent it for Canelo and Caleb Plant.
My question is, and I'll ask this all the time. I kind of know what it is, the answer, but I kind of don't. Why the heck Spence the A side when this man hasn't unified two divisions? He's been stuck at welterweight this whole career. Why does he have more pull than Bud? It makes no sense.
Well,
because he has the state of Texas.
It's more so. I'll tell you what it is, Tree. It's more the only reason he has more is only because he has more belts. It's literally
because he got more belts at welterweight.
He has more belts at welterweight right now.
Okay.
Like that's literally the only reason. If you're talking fighter for fighter, skill for skill, pulling power, like it's pretty 50-50 at the end of the day. But
yeah,
everybody says Spence is the A side because he has more straps at right now. Like, I mean, so that's really what they go by a lot of times. And then they were saying like, oh well, Spence is a pay-per-view star and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, yo, like to be honest with you, he sells out in his hometown just like a lot of other guys. I'm just keeping it a bean. I'm like, when is Spence done? And it's no disrespect to Spence. Like I'm a Spence fan. Like I think sometimes I be coming off like I'm not a Spence fan, but I really am. When is Spence actually like sold out a joint like not in Texas?
Never.
I just an honest question. Like honest question.
Never. I ain't never
like,
seen him
he
do
does. Yeah, like he does solid numbers. Like he does solid numbers outside of Texas, but like he's not selling nothing outside of Texas. That's just a fact. But you can say the same thing about Bud.
Yup.
But listen, I'm gonna take it a step further than that. Fury's the heavyweight champion of the world. Legend, tell me if I'm lying. He had 3 straight fights in Vegas. They was giving out tickets.
Are you
the Otto
serious?
Wallen, the Otto Wallen fight. Nobody bought them fucking tickets. Nobody bought them tickets.
Nah, man,
what was the other
that
dude?
shit.
What was the other dude Fury fought?
I don't know. He was doing that shoulder roll on
that shoulder roll, that rope-a-dope shit.
Yeah.
They was giving away tickets for that fight. They couldn't even sell it. It was a small arena in Vegas. They couldn't sell it out.
This was
pre-Wilder. This is pre-Wild. Like, so that's just how like it's not a guarantee. There's very few guys in the sport that's going to sell out wherever they go. You know what I'm saying? And I might, to be honest with you, Terrence Crawford don't sell out wherever he go. He sell out.
No, I know that, yeah. Fam. I know he don't.
Yeah. No. And I'm like, but the same go for Spence. But
yeah.
you take a little dude like Tank. Tank selling out wherever. It don't matter where. Tank gonna sell that thing out. You know what I'm saying?
But why do you think that is though? Why is it different for certain weight classes like that? How is Tank selling out places, but Bud and Spence can't, and they're at a higher weight, and their division is more lucrative too.
The thing about it, the thing with Tank, and I'm not saying this always works, but Tank name is always in the newsreels. Always.
Oh, okay.
So, like for instance, like when he's not fighting, he's either beefing with Floyd or talking smack with talking about LRBs, talking about his contract. Then at one point he was really tied in with you know what I mean, the rap artists and stuff like that. So he had the situation with the chick, he gripping the chick up. Like his name is always circulating. So that helps out a lot. And this is another thing, like everybody that has power don't translate to popularity. Power don't translate to popularity. And Tank is a little dude. Like Tank looked like a badass little cousin. Like that's what Tank looked like. He like a badass short little cousin, but he knocking everything out. You know what I'm saying? Like he knocking everything out. So he just got a different different look.
Yeah, that kind of gives him some stock. I get what you're saying.
Exactly. So it's like he got the perfect build for what he got going on. He's sellable. Yeah, like he's sellable. And the thing is, I think with Bud, Bud would be bigger now if he let Bernie years ago just be the mouthpiece.
I'm trying to figure out who was Bernie. I'm trying to figure out who Bernie
is. Bernie is the guy that he be running with all the time. Like he brown skin dude. But he
I think it might be his cousin. I think that might be his cousin.
It might be his cousin, yeah. But Bernie be doing.
You know what? I know who Bernie is. He the light-skinned dude that be always talking all that trash. Yeah. He be holding up all the belts and stuff.
Yeah, so
I know who you're talking about now. Yeah.
Bud, if I was Bud, I would have just had him do all the talking, kind of similar to like what Angel Garcia does with Danny Garcia. You know what I mean? What Teofimo dad does with his dad. I mean, with Teofimo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just certain dudes that they just, so take like Devin Haney, like Church be talking all types of trash, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just, I think if Bud has gotten more promotion in the last 6 months than he did his entire career. That's because he's talking all the time, and people call him dumb, people call him stupid, people saying he this, he that, and I'm like, yo, he's doing the exact thing he needs for y'all to do. Talk about him.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need that coverage. Like, it's no bad publicity, especially in boxing.
They say, they do say all publicity is good publicity, but
that's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's bro, we gotta touch into this Teofimo thing. I ain't gonna be in here too much longer.
Go ahead.
But as a fighter, right? So for the people that don't know, Teofimo Lopez got a split decision victory over Sandor Martin
I didn't know
Saturday.
It was a split.
Yeah, he really lost that fight, bro. He really lost that fight. So Teofimo got knocked down once in the fight.
I seen it first round.
And the second, they could have called that other one a knockdown too. Like, it was kind of a bang bang call, but for it to be a 10-round fight and the guy gets knocked down and he still gets a 97-92 card, that is disgusting, bro. That is disgusting. In a 10-round fight. That's home cooking with the biscuits, bro. The biscuits and the gravy. Tree, you're a fighter, right?
Mm-hmm.
You fighting a 10-round fight.
Yep.
And you get knocked down once.
Yep.
And you get robbed of another knockdown. Any other fight, you gotta get you gotta get a KO.
At least
you gotta get at least a knockdown.
A knockdown something. Yeah.
I was covering the Crawford fight, and like I was getting texts. Hey man, Teal got knocked down, but like after the fight was over, man, everybody was saying he lost, or he got Martin got robbed.
But see, this is the same guy to beat Mikey Garcia, and Mikey Garcia retired after the fight.
Right. Yeah.
Sandor Martin is a problem. Yeah. Sandor Martin is a problem, and he's one of them dudes. And it was probably like the 7th round, and I'm like, yo, I know Sandor Martin got the knockdown, but I'm like, is he throwing enough shots for, him to get a decision? Because I'm like, he's leaving the door open for him to get robbed. And I literally said that in a group chat. I said he's leaving the door open for himself to get robbed.
But I don't think he has power. It don't look like he got a lot of power though. But
no, he don't. And he don't.
But to him to get a knockdown, I mean, that speaks for itself, though.
The shots that he was landing, bro, like he was landing a lot of pot shots. They were similar to kind of similar to the Caleb Plant shots that he was landing on Canelo, like a lot of pot shots, but they were noticeable shots because they were clean. It's 97-92 is disgusting, bro. It's disgusting.
So was when Teal was, I was seeing people saying Teal was asking, does he still got it? Did he say that publicly? Like after the fight?
No, they caught him on camera, and I'm glad you said that, bro, because I love StreamYard because then I can just pull all of this shit up. Yeah, hold on.
So he was asking because he still got it. It's like, wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull this up. I got you, Doug. I got you. Trust and believe. I got you. Let me see where we at. He literally said it after the fight, and they just caught him. They just caught him on camera. They just caught him on camera with it. Hold on. See if I can find this thing real quick.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up too earlier when we were talking about Margarito. So he obviously had those things in his gloves when he fought Cotto the first time, right? Because he gave Cotto a beating.
Yeah. So, pretty much.
So he just got caught after the fact, then,
Yeah, but he bought them up when they had the 24/7, when they had the face off.
Okay.
They bought it up. He actually showed the video. You know what I mean? He actually showed the video. I'm about to pull up this Teofimo joint right now, bro.
Yeah, man. I flipped over after the Bud fight, but it was already on the 10th round. So I pretty much missed the whole fight.
Yeah.
So they were playing at the same time.
I hate when they do that too. It's like how you watch 2 fights at once, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta have a TV that has split screen on everything.
Right.
It's still hard to do that because you can miss something on the other screen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna show this real quick, y'all. I'm gonna get to the comments too. I ain't forget about y'all, but I got to show this. I gotta have my man Legend hear this.
Yeah, but out of all the fights, man, I was interested in the Anderson, the Jerry Anderson fight, but like I said, it ended so early.
It ended. It was first. It was first round. What? Oh no, second round.
Second.
It was second round. He made it.
Second.
Yeah. He almost didn't make it though. He almost got him out of there in the first one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this real quick.
right.
Legend.
All right.
Let's get a picture. Oh no, I still have it. You do, man. Do I still got it?
That was so they caught him. Basically, he thought he was having like a private conversation. You know how in football games you be talking and you be forgetting you mic'd up.
Right.
That was one of those moments. So
what happened with that right there?
So basically, it was a controversial decision. So his dad was panicking in the corner, like rounds 8, 9, and 10. Like he was basically telling him, like, yo, like you gotta turn up. So they was like nervous. So when he got the victory, him and Sandor Martin was in the ring arguing back and forth. He was saying Sandor was running, this, that, and the third. That was not the case. Sandor Martin was basically circling the ring, standing right in front of him. And Teo got a lot of tech problems. Like when he fights upper level competition, he's very predictable in terms of his punch count.
Yeah.
That Tree, you can speak on this. Like people like your style of fighting because you throw a lot of different types of combinations. You don't start your combinations off all in one area, all in one spot. You may start a combination off with a hook. It may not be a jab. You know what I'm saying? Like you switch it up. Teo is explosive, but it's in 2s and 3s. He's throwing in 2s and 3s, but they're explosive. And his jab is not an authoritative jab. He's probing to get to those explosive moments. All Sandor Martin was doing, he was waiting for him to go, bop, bop, bop. Sandor Martin was taking one step back. Pot shot. And he was it was almost like Teofimo was trying to smash on the gas and Sandor Martin was just hitting them emergency brakes with them pot shots. You know what I'm saying? And he was talking like that because he really was doubting himself after the fight. And I gotta send you this fight, bro. You gotta watch it.
Hey, let me ask you this. So like when they announced him as a winner, was he excited or was he like
he was capping, bro. He was acting excited and he was acting like he knew he was going to win, but he was really capping, and that video shows it. Okay. Like when you're questioning yourself like that. I was around Tree when he lost in Philly. You know what I'm saying? And the referee ain't give him a chance to get up. Tree wasn't even talking like that. Yo, when you're a fighter and you're talking like that, that's a problem.
Yeah,
bro.
you lost. You have a chance of losing. You know what I'm saying? And I know that feeling. You're like, man, I don't know if I did enough. I just don't think I did enough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like
that's reminding
me. A real fighter accept they lost. A real fighter will know when they'll accept their loss. They like, yo, I lost. I lost that fight.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like I know he won't do it. He need to run that back.
Oh yeah.
He
ain't gonna do it though.
Back. He's not gonna do it, but he need to run that back because there's just some situations you just can't let go. And Always felt like he should have rematched the Kambosos fight. I don't care how many times he lost to Haney. Like, you got to individually get that back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Teo's flaws has been in place for a while. They've been in place for a while. Let me jump in these comments real quick. Michael Johnson said, "No, ain't no we dog. You drafted up or else." I'm drafted it, bro. I'm gonna draft them joints up. Andre said, Anderson forcefully stayed inside the pocket to make a statement, definitely going for the KO. But he can't be reckless like that against a top 10, top 15 guy.
Yeah.
Like, he can't be that reckless. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he does that against like a Joseph Parker or something like that. No, he said he's touching canvas.
He said Joseph Parker.
he's touching canvas. Like, you know what I mean? You
right.
can't, at heavyweight, you just can't be that reckless.
No, because one punch is over.
One punch is it's a wrap. Mike said he the A side because it's promotional brand and he done better numbers, but not by far. Understandable. My guy Tony's reviews in the building. Big shout out to you, bro. He said T.O. looked like trash. And he also said Taylor and Regis will homicide him. So the thing with T.O., right? So T.O. knows that he can't fight the technical boxer. He can't fight the technical boxer with the technical boxing skills. So Devin Haney mops him. Like he mops him. Like, because he don't have a discipline. He don't have a discipline. If Shakur fought at 140, Shakur beats Teofimo. You know what I'm saying? But if he was to fight a guy like Tank, he would have a better shot at a guy like Tank because Tank is not your typical boxer.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? He got to stay away from those guys that are pure boxers. Like, and this is just and listen, T.O. didn't look his best. I thought Sandor won the fight. Sandor's a bad man. He's a bad man, and people just don't know his name. That is a bad motherfucker. Like, when you beat Mikey Garcia and Mikey Garcia retires, like he beat Mikey like 9-3, 10-2. Like, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. And Mikey Garcia was a top. Right. Before 147, when he's at 140, he was the man at 140. He was the man at 140. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was the man at 140. So the thing that T.O. has to understand is that I know you have your dad in the corner. Your dad been with you your whole life. If your dad cares about the future of your boxing career, he has to bring somebody in there to help out. And at the very least, to give a different look. And I'm speaking on this from straight just knowledge, because Devin Haney has Bill Haney. And I was on a podcast with Padman McGriff. And Padman got that call like 2 days later. And they wanted for him to work with Devin Haney. So Padman has worked with Devin Haney and for both of the Kambosos fights. You can tell a difference in Haney's offense. You can tell he's fighting completely different. He don't have that snap on his punches like everybody want.
Mm-hmm.
He's dogging. He dogged Kambosos both times, dogged him. And you can tell the difference in his style. Teofimo needs somebody in his camp to give him a different look and not be afraid to tell him, like, yo, he's making mistakes. I had Padman tell me, yo, Teofimo been making the same mistakes since he was 16.
Damn, they haven't picked up on it then.
And
he said they probably scared to tell him.
Yeah, and they probably, and they're not going to tell him because he the moneymaker. Mm-hmm. He's the moneymaker at the end of the day. But even when I watch Teofimo, I'm not a professional or nothing. He fights. His offense is all explosive. It's all 2s and 3s. It's all 2s and 3s. So you can throw a counter between that second and third shot. The only time he throws a bunch of different shots is when he's fighting a guy that he know ain't no competition. He did the same thing with Lomachenko. You seen when Lomachenko started picking up the pace, he started noticing the shots that he was throwing. Loma just started winning round. And T.O. didn't win that Loma fight because he was a better fighter. He won that fight because Loma gave him the first 6 rounds.
Yeah, he did.
Gift
he
wrapped
wasn't doing nothing. He
gift wrapped him. He gift wrapped him. Mm-hmm. Like, listen, bro, I'm telling you, Legend, did you see the fight, bro? Did you see you was covering the other fight, right?
Yeah, I was covering Crawford and Avenue. So I didn't
send.
see it, yo. Like I said,
I'm
when
gonna
I
send
switched
both
over,
of y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna send both of y'all the fight. I'm gonna send both of y'all the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, but hey, I was saying that hey G5, I was saying that what you were saying about him doubting himself, like, do I still got it? That reminded me of when Tim Bradley fought Pacquiao. Like, it was no way he won that first one. And then like he was saying like after the fight, he was saying something like, I gotta watch the fight to see if I wanted something like that. Like he know he didn't win that, man. That was like one of the worst decisions I ever seen.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it's just you gotta know, like when you questioning yourself, like you have to. First of all, you gotta mentally get yourself right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta mentally get yourself right. However, you need to do it. And I don't think Tio needs a like a tune-up. And people criticize Teofimo Lopez for the Pedraza fight. So he was initially supposed to fight Jose Pedraza.
Yeah, right.
People was like, it was a trash fight. And I'm like, yo, like y'all gotta pay attention to y'all boxing. When you're moving up to a weight class that's a killer weight class, like 140, you're setting your fighter up correctly. This is the perfect fight for him, this being his second fight at 140, because you have to test the waters. You know what I'm saying? He had his original fight at 140 for the guy, got him up out of there. Okay, your second fight, you fight a Jose Pedraza. Pedraza is a solid fighter, but it's a guy that he should have plenty of success against. And then after that, then you build up to, other guys at 140. Like Teofimo, he has too many flaws in his game. And I'm trying to tell people, I'm like, yo, he needs at least 3 to 4 fights at 140 before he see any killer. Before he see any killer at 140. I'm like, he's not ready for Prograde. He's not ready for Josh Taylor. He's not ready for a Subriel Matisse. He's not ready for a Subriel Matisse type guy.
So like, let me ask you, did he like in the first round, was he like boxing smart, or was he come out swinging for the fences like he did with Cam? But I know they had beef though with him and Cam, so he came out swinging for the fences.
So he didn't come out swinging for the fences. Y'all. Hey Tree, I'm gonna get with you. Hit me up.
Yep, I got you.
All right, Tree.
Peace.
All right, bro. Yeah, that was Tristan Tree James, man. We had Lance Lamb Williams, man. Big shout out to both of them. No, he didn't come out as reckless as he did against Cambosis.
Okay.
But the thing is, it was almost like they didn't do no homework on their opponent. Like Sandor Martin is a clear counterpuncher. And the thing with counterpunchers is you either got to do two things. You either got to overwhelm them with volume, which means you're throwing 5 to 6 shots versus their one pot shot. You know what I'm saying? Or you counter the counterpuncher. You know what I'm saying? You get them thinking. So he's so he got caught. No, he got caught clean. He got caught clean. Like, I don't think he was like rock, like, but he got caught clean, like for sure. You know what I'm saying? Legit knockdown. But the thing about Teofimo is Teofimo puts so much explosiveness into his combinations that he's defensively not sound enough. And I'm talking about hand defense. All this shit, all that. He got all that. Right. He got all that. It's you throw your shots and you get your hands up. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times he was going 1, 2, 3. And then after that third shot, Sandor Martin knew nothing else was coming back. He knew nothing else was coming back. So he was throwing 45 shots, straight right hands. And he was just meeting him because he had the timing down. And I'm watching it on TV Legend, and I'm like, with Tio, he like, jab, move around a little bit, jab, move around a little bit, another jab. He not gonna throw no more jabs. He gonna throw maybe 2 jabs or 3 jabs, and that next joint is gonna be an explosion of like 3 punches. He's gonna jump in, da. But when you got somebody's timing down, like when you a counterpuncher, once you got a fighter's timing down, it's a field day. Sandor Martin had a field day with him as far as counter punching is concerned. But I actually want to show you this legend.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, what I was saying with that Pacquiao and Tim Bradley, man, like I said, we all knew that was a terrible decision, man. There was no way Bradley won that first one, man.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So I actually I'm gonna show you this legend real quick. It's kind of small, but I'm gonna show it.
Right.
But this is actually the punch stats. So this is why I said Sandor Martin left the side door open to be robbed. You see the screen? So that's the actual punch stats for the fight. So Teofimo Lopez was 97 of 391, 55 body shots landed. Sandor Martin was 77 of 244, 11 body shots landed, 25% to 32%. Jabs, Teofimo 21 out of 171. And for Sandor Martin, 32 out of 125. And then the power punches was 76 out of 220 for Teofimo, and Sandor Martin was 45 for 119. Now down the bottom is actually the punches landed per round. Now I'm not a big fan of punch stats, but basically Teofimo, according to punch stats, outlanded Sandor Martin pretty much every round except for 2. So when you look at things like this, you thinking like, oh, well, maybe Teofimo did win it kind of clear. But you got to watch the fight. When you watch the fight.
You have to watch it, man.
Yeah, when you watch the fight, bro, it's something completely different. Michael Johnson said, yeah, he needs Sean Porter's daddy in his corner. You know what, bro? I'm going to keep it a bean with you. Kenny Porter, I don't know if Kenny Porter can fix the problems that Teo have. And the thing is, Teo has a lot of ammo. He got a lot of tools in the toolbox. He don't use his tools correctly. And people get it confused. People getting confused like, oh, well, Teo, he fights this type of dude. He look real good. Of course. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's what are you going to do when you fight these upper echelon guys? So you take a Devin Haney, he's explosive, but he uses it the correct way. Shakur is explosive. He uses it the correct way. Tank is explosive. He uses it the correct way. Like, you can't really get a beat on them guys. You can't get a beat on them guys. Like, I love, like, when Shakur fought Jamel, we literally thought Jamel had a legit shot going into the fight. But Jamel couldn't touch him because he just couldn't get a read on him. He just couldn't get a read on him. Like, he was just switching it up every single time. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo, for him to be so explosive, he is very predictable offensively in terms of you throwing counter shots. To be honest with you, that's why Kambosos had so much success. Kambosos had his timing down, had his rhythm down. Like, it's just, he has to switch some things up. He has to change how he attacks because it's his rhythm is very predictable. It's very predictable. You know what I'm saying? Brennan Smith, he said, what happened to Pitbull? Something happened to Pitbull. What happened to Pitbull? I don't know what happened to him. T.O. is food for Taylor and Prograde. Yeah, T.O.'s not ready for Josh Taylor or Regis Prograde. He's not ready for neither one. Like I said, he would lose he would, if he fought Sandor Martin again, he would lose. Like, he would lose to Sandor Martin. He would lose to a Subriel Matisse. If Haney moved up to 40, he would lose to Haney. There's a lot of guys at 140 that he's not beating. To be honest with you, I know he's coming off of a loss, like a disqualification loss. I don't know if Teofimo beats Montana Love. I don't know if he beats Montana.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he said T.O. wife is crazy. Yeah, I heard that. But the thing is, at the end of the day, Brennan, his wife was crazy during his wins too. Like, you know what I mean?
So, let me ask you about did Sandor Martin and Mikey Garcia, did that fight get a lot of promotion? Because I don't recall seeing that, but I did watch it. Like, you know, like they were showing like the backstage of them fighting. Like, you know, it didn't seem like it had a lot of promotion. Was it like? I mean, was it even televised?
I think it was on DAZN, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, all right.
But they did not give that the pub it was supposed to get.
Okay, I'm surprised I missed that, man.
Yeah, Mikey Garcia was kind of on the. Like his name was still popular, but people really wasn't looking at him as a top level guy anymore. He was kind of just a guy with a name, and nobody knew who Sandor Martin was. So they was just expecting for Mikey Garcia just to go in there and blow him out. Right. But I'm like Sandor Martin. I was just like, I don't know if he gonna fight like he usually fight against Mikey, because usually when Mikey touch dudes, like it, you know what I'm saying, like he hit them with shots. They, you know what I'm saying, they their plans change. But with Sandor Martin, I was like, if he fights this way against Mikey, I was like, he got a good shot. And he mopped him, straight mopped him. I don't understand why that fight was 10 rounds, though. Teofimo and Sandor Martin. I didn't really understand that.
Yeah, that's the same thing I said when I flipped over to it when I was covering Crawford and Avenue. I flipped over to it and I was like, oh, it's a 10-round fight.
I wonder whose idea that was, though. Was that Sandor Martin's idea? Or was that Teofimo? I'm assuming that was Teofimo's idea to make it a 10-round fight. And to be honest with you, it worked out for him. Because at the rate that fight was going, that shit goes 12. He's losing.
Yeah.
He's losing. But I know Broner did that before with Granados.
Okay.
He turned it into a 10-round fight because he had an issue with the weight.
Yeah, I felt he lost to Granados, to be honest.
I thought he lost to Granados too.
I thought he lost that, man. Yeah.
Yeah, but
you see Broner's picture, man, they going in on him, right?
Bro, I thought from the chest to the waist, I thought I was looking at a picture of me. I was like, damn, boy. I was like, his belly looked like mine. Like
they were saying they didn't know Ross was fighting. But hey, man, like prior to him fighting, Omar Figueroa, like I was saying, at the Spence and Ugas fight, Broner was there, and to show him backstage, he didn't look like he was in shape at all, man.
And the thing is, he's been working with Kevin Cunningham. Like I messaged Broner too. I asked him, was he working with Kevin Cunningham? He ain't respond, but I think he was getting some workouts in with Kevin Cunningham. But I'm like, so if he looked like that during a press conference, imagine what he looked like first day back in the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to put that work in, man.
Yeah, I'm like, what is this fight going to be at? I'm like, is it going to be 147? It can't be 140. It can't. I want to see him healthy. Like I don't want to see him, like a skeleton, in the fight. That fight got to be 147. Listen, even if they got to make it higher than that, man. Like whatever needs to be done to make the fight happen, even if they got to make the catch weight like 148, 149, like whatever Broner needs at the end of the day. At this point, just give it to him, because I'm like, you can't tell me he wasn't like every bit of like 200 pounds coming in the camp.
Yeah, it was huge, man,
bro. Because he had the Thanksgiving belly for sure. Like,
yeah. So what you think about the fight though? You think he beats Ivan?
I don't know. I don't know. It's
him and Berlanga, the biters.
Yeah, man. I'm like, he bit Danny. Berlanga trying to snack on somebody. I'm like, yo.
Yeah. I think his suspension up, so he trying to. I think him like he ready, but I don't think it's nothing to really be excited about. We'll see.
Yeah, but Berlanga, he's solid. He's solid. It's just they was just hyping him up like he's this monster, and I'm trying to tell people, I'm like, yo, like he's not.
He stepped up. Yeah, when he stepped up, he wasn't that monster.
Yeah, and I'm like, listen, I'm like, he did what he had to do to win those fights, but I was like, he's another prospect. I'm like, Berlanga's another prospect. Like, I'm like, he fights a Steven So Cold Nelson. That's a solid fight. That's a solid fight. You know what I'm saying? He may not beat Steven Nelson. You know what I'm saying? At 68. You know what I'm saying? We just seen him on the Bud card. But yeah, I don't know what Teo. They got to get somebody in. They got to get somebody else in. I'm not
Right.
saying his dad got to leave or anything like that, but he got to get somebody else. He has to get somebody else in there.
Yeah, I gotta watch the fight, man. It's like
you gotta watch it, bro.
Yeah, for me, for some reason, it's like if I'm not watching it live and everybody's watching it live, it's not intense when I go watch it by myself. That's just me, man.
The hardest thing to do is to try to do a live and actually pay attention to the fight at the same time, bro. It's the hardest thing to do. Like we was doing it when we was doing it. It's the hardest thing to do. And people used to be like, yo, what was your scorecard? You was live. What was your scorecard? You gotta have a scorecard. I'm like, yo, between trying to pay attention to the fight and actually trying to look at the chat and trying to keep yourself engaged with the chat.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why I just try to look at the comments, like, after the round. But I see keep popping up. Yeah, I try to focus on the fight and just get to the comments in between rounds. But
it's very, very difficult. We did that. It was me, Shane, and Vlog. I don't think Vlog was on there. I think it was just me and Shane. And this is when Broner fought Jesse Vargas. We literally had 10,000 people in the live, bro.
Dang.
Bro, we had 10,000 people in the live, bro. Like, it was like we had a couple thousand people in the comment section. Like, bro, we couldn't even read the comments. Like,
that's a busy one, man.
Jim Jones was going like this. The comments was like this. After each round, I'm like, yo, how y'all got it scored? All I seen was 77, 75, 76, 76. Like, it was just wow. Like, it was crazy. So I'm like, we're like on a lower scale and it's difficult. I couldn't imagine like having that type of volume and you're trying to pay it to it's impossible. I was just like, yo, I said, I gotta watch it tomorrow.
Yeah, like I had my the Crawford and Avenue one. I think that one had the most views out of all the joints I've done. Yeah, but
how many views you had on that?
It was like 270, I think. Yeah, it was like 270. So
that's a good number.
Yeah, man. I like the fight, man. Like I felt me. He was just, filling out, just sticking and jabbing. But Avenesian, like he kept his guard up, coming forward, throwing these crazy hooks. But he was in Crawford. Crawford wasn't running, he was using his footwork. It looked like he was running, but he wasn't running, man. But Crawford was on his game, man. Tearing that body up and eventually got him out of there.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm like, the reason I like Bud over Spence is just I think angles wise, I think Bud just angles and footwork. He just got a little bit more in the bag than Spence does. Spence is really good at judging distance, but like if Bud was to kind of use his feet like he did, like in the what's the fight? What's the guy he fought at 140?
Spence.
No, but Victor Postal. When he fought Victor Postal, right? He used his feet very well in that fight. If he fights Spence the same way he fought Victor Postal, he can make that fight not easy, but like he could be a clear winner in that fight. You know what I'm saying? But that's the key to the whole fight. If Bud uses his feet and he's using angles, Spence not gonna really be able to do nothing with him. You know what I'm saying? Because like Bud got the punch variety too. He not punching light. You know what I mean? Spence is.
Man, a lot of guys I talk to say Spence got the power. Shoot, I feel Bud got the power.
Yeah, Bud got cracks too. Like Spence get busy. Don't get me wrong. Spence get busy, but Sean Porter kind of showed you what you can do when you don't give Spence just an obvious target like right in front of him, or you bringing it to him, like. Spence is a really, really good fighter, but the thing about Spence style is like the cheat code. Great jab, southpaw. He's probably top 5 in terms of cutting off the ring. And he's probably top 5 in terms of judging distance. And then defensively, he's sound. Like he don't give you a whole lot of this and that. Like he just catch everything. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he catch everything, or he steps out of range to get away from shots. But Spence has been fighting the same way his whole career, even in the amateurs. He's been fighting the same way. You run any Spence tape, he been fighting the same way. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I get it. He's dominant with this style, but Bud has a style to where he can make Spence go to plan B. And I'm like, we've never seen Spence tap into a plan B. I don't know if he has a plan B. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the guys that he's had the liberty of having them stand right in front of him. And if Bud is using his feet, which he may not, if Bud don't use his feet, he gonna have problems.
Right.
He gonna have hella problems. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have hella problems.
Yeah.
Brennan Smith said no, Pitbull has been out for a while. Pitbull last fight was the Tank fight, right?
Nah, I think he
fought somebody after that. He fought Gamboa after that. Yeah, he just fought not that long ago.
Yeah, but I guess he was trying to say, one of Pitbull and Ryan Garcia is supposed to fight or something like that. But Ryan Garcia's fighting somebody else now.
Pitbull.
I think Texas.
Hey, Brennan, but Pitbull has been one of the more active fighters in the sport. He's been hella active. He said T.O. wife is no good. She may not be, but when I said bring somebody else in, I wasn't talking about the wife. I was talking about the coach. I was talking about the coach. Like he could, man. Like maybe he needs somebody like a Virgil Hunter or something like that that's actually bringing some knowledge to the, you know what I'm saying, to the forefront. Because I'm like, imagine what a Virgil Hunter would do with Teofimo. He would clean up all that bullshit. Man. Like, it's just his dad is. I know he prideful. Like that's just how it is. But you got to be prideful enough to put your son in the best position possible. You know what I'm saying? He can't.
Yeah, I gotta watch it, man. Yeah, I gotta watch it, man.
I gotta send it to you. I know it's on. I got it on ESPN. I think the replay on ESPN Plus. What I'll probably do, I'll just send you my login info, and then you can click on the fight and just watch it.
Yeah, well,
oh, you know what we can do, bro? You know what we can do? I'll pull it up. I'll do a StreamYard maybe sometime this week. We'll just watch it together, but we won't go live.
Okay.
I'll just put it on the I'll put it on here, and then I'll just have it. I'll have ESPN Plus up on the share screen. Okay. And then we'll just watch it. So maybe we can get Tree. I don't know if there's anybody else you want to invite, but we can get a couple people and we could just flat out just watch the joint. You can just watch it for yourself.
Yeah. I did catch Keyshawn Davis, his opponent, and then I said I watched Jared Anderson, and I went ahead and just covered Crawford. So I didn't see the main event. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Keyshawn. I like Keyshawn. Keyshawn is I think I gotta see Keyshawn fight a guy that's not gonna allow him to just walk him down.
Man,
like he's like super aggressive. And his goal is just to walk everybody down. I'm like, bro, you can't walk everybody down at that weight. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I want to see what his game is like when he's not walking the guy down and see how effective he is. Like his walk down game, crazy.
Yeah, I felt he could have got the guy out. I felt he could have, but like I said, he still showcases, his skill for all the rounds. So I felt he could have got the guy out, but he said the guy never been stopped before.
Yeah, Juan Carlos Burgos been in the ring with everybody. Burgos been in the ring with everybody. So that's a good opponent for him at that time in his career. Like for him to get a decision versus Burgos, that's a good thing. But Burgos just don't have enough offensively to really deter a guy like Keyshawn Davis. But we're gonna see how it go. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna close this thing out, man. 2 hours strong. I didn't know I was gonna end up writing a petition at the end of this podcast, but I guess I'm gonna be doing a petition. He said, Brennan said, what do you think of what Tank, I guess, said about ESPN? What did he say about ESPN? I mean, to be honest with you, he's not with Floyd, but he's still with Al. So I mean, it's really no real difference, really. Like,
Tank coming out being mouthy now. I seen some stuff he said about Tim Bradley.
Yeah, I guess that's what maybe Brennan may be talking about. But I'm like, Tim is a legit Hall of Fame fighter. Like a legit Hall of Fame fighter. Like Tim be saying some crazy stuff on camera. I will say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but,
his fight with Ruslan, man. Sheesh.
Bro, when you lost, when he had slurred speech after that fight, like he had to get therapy to get his speech back.
I remember him saying if he ever fought him again, they would have to pay him a lot of money to get back in there with him.
Because the thing was, that was the first fight after the Pacquiao joint, and they was really shitting on him really bad in the boxing streets. So he went into that fight trying to prove something and not fight smart, and he ended up getting hurt real bad, real bad a couple times in that fight, man. But it took his boxing skills to get him out of it. Right. And that was a really great fight that people don't talk about.
He like I said when he got dropped, and when he got up, man, like he threw like a crazy combination, man. Like he had no power. He was just like,
it was funny because he had his head down like this, and it was almost like the chicks be fighting, like they had their head down and they close their eyes, and then he was just like,
that's how he was crazy, man.
He just went crazy. But I mean, I don't know what he said about ESPN. I don't know if he's talking about the comment.
He may be talking about Tim Bradley. What he's saying, just saying his resume was trash, something like that.
Yeah, but we're gonna close this thing out, man. This was a good one, bro. Appreciate you jumping on as always. When next time you going on, man, so I can jump on your jump?
I may go live Wednesday for episode 12.
Wednesday. All right,
Wednesday or Thursday. Probably Wednesday is a better day for me. So I'm thinking about
Let me know. Let me know. I'll jump on with you for sure. Give me social media and all that, good brother.
Yeah, my Instagram is the Legend 3347. On Facebook, it's Todd Finney Podcast and this corner.
Yes, sir. I'm all over the place, man. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, G5Jeff TV, website G5JeffTV.com. We got big news coming. I'm just waiting for an approval, and if I get it, we gonna change the landscape of some things for sure. Brennan, last comment. He said that ESPN don't give their fighters good treatment. I mean, to be honest with you, bro, if they offer Tank a Devin Haney fight, it's gonna be on ESPN. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you can make the argument the other way around, but I'm like, Devin Haney got all the belts. You feel what I'm saying? So it might be a situation where he's gonna have to, he might gotta kind of watch his words a little bit because he may be on ESPN. To be honest with you, that'd be the best place for him because he can get the Shakur fight, he can get the Teofimo fight, he can get the Devin Haney fight. So he might kind of want to watch that. None of them dudes is gonna cross over to Showtime and fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they can make the legit case that all of them. Now they'll say, like, Tank will say, like, oh, well, I'm A-side because I sell more. But that's not gonna fly when you got guys that have multiple belts. Like, I mean, Teofimo's unified. Devin Haney's unified right now. Shakur's won multiple belts. So it's not a guarantee that them guys is gonna go over to Showtime just for him. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. But we're gonna close this thing out, man. On behalf of my man, Legend Todd Finney, and your boy G5Jeff TV, man. This was episode 150 of the Goodfellas podcast. We will be back. Much more to cover on episode 151. We out.